Hey friends, this is my friend Mary Beitz, Peggy Wright here if you don't know me, and we just wanted to talk today about something we've really found helpful in our lives, which is to use essential oils for emotional support.
Mm-hmm.
So, I did not know, okay, first of all, I was in denial about having emotions for most of my life, so I never thought about having support for emotions. That didn't really make sense to me. But a few years ago, I really felt like it was time to dig deeper because I was waking up some mornings and my heart would be pounding and I'd have this tightness. And I was just like, okay, my body is telling me that I have some emotions or something that I'm dealing with, and it's time to start unpacking that. So when I started looking at oils, I was excited to find that they can speak to that part of the brain that my logic doesn't reach. So I can try to tell myself stuff, but I cannot change my emotion with my logic. Unfortunately, it didn't work for me. So I've been trying to do that for a lot of years, but
Yeah.
no, not working. So fragrance can actually be breathed in through the nose and speak to that center of my brain that can tell my body to calm down the revving, to focus and get clear, to ground me when I'm feeling all like up in the air here, like lightning is striking, or when I'm in crisis. So when I started to find out that, I was like, okay, we got to harness the power of oils to help our emotions. And so I want to talk to Mary about that today and hear a little bit about your story, Mary.
Yeah, I've been on the journey of doing a better job of self-care myself, and I think one of the things that probably most of us would resonate is that you smell something. So think of cookies baking, and you're instantaneously back in the kitchen when you were a kid, or homemade bread was a real big one for me. And so the beauty of being able to capture the best of plants and nature in a bottle is that you can reach for that resource to help you through a situation or to help create healing, whether it's emotional healing, whether it's whatever that might be, and whatever that might looks like. So for me lately, what I've been doing is so I love the oil orange, and I love the oil clarity. And so, one of the things that I have found that it has done for me, orange, of course, is very elevating, very uplifting.
It's like sunshine.
It's like sunshine in a bottle,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, absolutely. And clarity, I think, for me, the way it resonates is it just kind of clears my brain. It is what the word says it is. And so I just breathe that in and inhale that in at the beginning of my day, every day. I just put a couple drops of the two oils in my hands and I breathe that in and say affirmations, that I am strong and that I am healthy and that I am vibrant and that I am wise and I am gracious and whatever those things are, so that you can literally set the foundation for your day, that you get to determine what your day is. And the days always buffet us, I think. And I
Yes.
think, it's kind of like your armor. Think of it like an armor. And it just, you smell those fragrances, and like Peg says, they go to that part of your brain, and it's just like this calming balm that goes all over you, and it just gives you strength, and it helps you with your purpose of the day, and it is just kind of like putting fuel in your car. If you don't have fuel in your car, you're not going anywhere. You can have as many cars as you want. Without the fuel, you're not going anywhere. And so it's just like fuel in your tank.
Cool.
So for me, that's kind of what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, and for me, I would say one of my big issues was ruts. I had ruts in my brain that I would just go to naturally, whether it was, okay, one of my spins was the whole thing of if I felt angry or sad or what I called negative emotions, I would feel badly that I had these emotions. And so then I would feel shame for having those emotions. And then I would feel sad because I was not the person I wanted to be, which took me right back to the top of the loop and around I'd go. And so it didn't take much to throw me into my loop. I remember explaining it to Lance, and he was just like, really? You feel all that? I was like, okay, so maybe not everybody's going to relate on this one, but that's fine.
No, that's okay.
But what I like about oils is I remember watching a scientist who had little electrodes all over his head, and then they were mapping on the screen where his brain would light up when he would smell a scent. And so he would take a different oil, and with each oil, a different part of the brain would actually be engaged and
So
light
cool.
up. And I just thought, maybe that's how we get out of ruts. Maybe we can get a new place to light up in the brain so I don't just keep triggering my little spin, right? And so that's indeed how it feels like to me. Like, I can't tell you the science of it all, but I can tell you that I feel like when I breathe in an oil and state a true statement about who I am, because identity is something that I think gets shaky sometimes in life. When I remember who I am and speak that out with that scent, every time I keep reaffirming the scent with that affirmation, I feel like I'm creating a new place in my brain. I feel like I'm putting a little message that I can access quickly and easily with just that scent. And so anytime I smell that scent, I feel like I can go right there. And so I've developed a little routine that I do every day, and I'm going to do it here with Mary. And we're just going to show you how we would do our daily protocol. Now, this one is actually, I'm going to use oils that Gary Young put together for a great day protocol. And actually, they've bundled them this month, which I've never seen before, where you can actually buy them as a bundle. So these 4 oils are reduced in price when you buy them together this month. Just till the end of the month. So that's like today. So we'll try to get this video up early enough that you have a chance, if you want to do something about that, we can get you hooked up. So the 4 oils in the protocol are Valor, Harmony, Joy, and White Angelica. And let me tell you what's great about these. So as we use them, we're going to do the first one we're going to put in our hand or on my wrist because I've got a roll on. I'm just going to rub it in. And rubbing it kind of warms it and gets that molecule spinning so that they go into the body really naturally. And so we all know that deep breathing alone can calm the adrenal system, right? It can bring down panic. And so we're just going to combine deep breathing with a scent. And so when I do this first one, I just try to still myself. I just try to go, okay, brain and body, we're going to calm down now. And so this is our be still moment. And we just breathe it in deeply. I usually like to do this about 4 times. And so then with each inhale, if I'm in a prayerful moment, I'm not just in a hurry, I might go, what do I need to breathe in today? What do I need to breathe out? And what do I need to let go of? So you can maybe sit with that. But the affirmation I'm going to choose today is just that. So I love to use scripture. I find that very helpful to me because it's a grounding space that I've grown up with. But use whatever affirmation works for you. So my affirmation today is, I am strong and courageous because God is with me. And so I'm using Valor, which is a great one for insecurity and for giving confidence. And so I'm going to stand in that confidence that today I can do things. What about you, Mary? What oil did you choose?
So today I'm using Clarity to show them on both screens there. And so my affirmation is, I am breathing in a clear mind and an open heart, and I am exhaling doubt and lack of confidence.
Nice. So you can see how powerful that is alone, even just to have those affirmations and the clearness of what it is you need today. So already you're kind of setting a purpose. So then the next step I usually like to do is a release step. Now you can switch these up. I have done it another way around, but today we're going to do release next. So think for a moment what it is that holds tension in your body. What is it that makes your heart beat fast when it just needs to calm down? What is it that you're holding tightly to that would be better to release today? And as you think about that, grab an oil that just helps you release. I'm choosing Harmony, which is a great one for just helping let go of conflict or letting go of relational tension or letting go of emotions that just need to come in line with a more gentle, harmonious way of looking at ourselves and life. So that's Harmony. What have you got?
Believe it or not, I am using Release.
Which is an awesome oil. The first time I used it, though, was just before bed, and it's not a great time to release things.
Yeah, no. Stay awake a little bit too late.
Processing.
Absolutely.
So again, you can just take a deep breath in. Some people like the 4x4x4 method, where you breathe in for 4, hold for 4, out for 4, hold out for 4. I don't get that scientific about it.
Mm-hmm.
I just try to take a nice deep breath. And the cool thing is, there have been times when I find they bring to mind memory,
Mm-hmm.
or they bring an emotion and a feeling in my body, and so I try to pay attention to that. If it's on your body, if it's a symptom, you can actually put your hand over that spot. And it can really help release some things that are just sitting in our bodies. Because if we don't process emotions, they just sit here and they can cause illness. And so we want to release things.
And sometimes it's a visceral thing where you're actually, like Peg says, where you're feeling it in a part of your body. It could be in your abdomen. It could be in your heart. It could be on your neck. And so it's being self-aware that there's something that particular oil is doing to pull that memory. And when you just identify it, then you can actually deal with it, as opposed to pushing it down, which tends to be our go-to. I'll deal with that later. There's life going on here.
So for release, I will often just think, what do I need to release today? And sometimes it's things like self-protection that no longer serves me. Today, I'm just thinking muscle tension. That's just what I'm feeling it in these muscles. So I'm just going to rub it right in there. What about you, Mary?
And so for today, I think for me, what's just coming top to mind is just releasing unrealistic expectations. Not that anyone is putting those on me, but that I'm putting on myself. And so I just need to cut myself some slack and give myself some grace, just to let those things go.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
So I know it seems weird to be layering oils on the same spot, but layering is very normal in lots of areas of oil usage. These oils, some of them are pre-diluted, which just means they have a carrier oil that slows down their absorption. So one like Valor comes in a roller, it's already diluted. But many of these blends already are diluted, and so you can see we're not throwing a carrier oil on. But if you experience any redness or heat, you can just add a carrier oil. So we are getting to be, I see 13 minutes on here, so we'll just finish up this routine, and then we have a few more things, but we'll put it in a different video.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So for mine, I've chosen Joy, because joy, I find, is a strength place for me. When I feel joyful, I feel ready to face things. I feel empowered. I feel motivated. And so joy is one that's great over the heart. And my affirmation would be, the joy of the Lord is my strength. And good. I will think of gratitude things. So what about you, Mary?
So I'm using forgiveness. And forgiveness for me is going back to that word of grace again. Giving myself some grace, allowing myself some space just to go and do and learn at my own pace, and be okay with the journey. Sometimes it's all about throwing as much stuff at the wall as you can, and instead of doing one thing at a time. And it's okay to do one thing at a time. So that's where I am at that space. So
That's great. Thank you. Isn't she lovely?
oh, back at you, girl, back at you.
Okay. And then I'm going to finish up. The last one in the protocol is White Angelica.
We're twins.
We're
Cheers.
buddies. I have a roller top on mine. Young Living sells these. So you can add a roller top, or you can just keep putting it in your hand.
Right.
Like
I'm
Mary's
just dropping
doing.
mine neat. Yep.
So I put a roller top on mine because I tend to do this.
Do you? Oh, that's a great idea. Yeah.
Just roll it right across there, because White Angelica is one that helps you not take on the negative emotions of those around you. So yay empaths out
Yep.
in the world there.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of use it like a shield right across here, which
yeah.
is where I tend to feel like I lose my voice, or I get a sense of anxiety. I'll feel all of that here. So it's kind of my protection here, but you can also kind of like rub it over your head to protect your brain.
That's a good idea.
You can rub it on the back of the neck. You can rub it in those shoulder muscles. All of those places. You can, so picture this one like a shield.
Yes, that's a great idea. After you're done mussing up your hair. Okay.
And so my affirmation with White Angelica, I haven't thought of one yet. What about you, Mary?
So when I use White Angelica, is my affirmation is always, I allow my beauty to shine, and I allow it to bloom wherever it's allowed to be planted. So that's mine.
I like that. I think for me, I will just reaffirm to my inner child, I am safe. All is well.
All is well.
All will be well. And that I'm protected.
Yes.
Love protects, and I'm protected and loved.
Excellent.
So,
Very good.
so that's our protocol. If you're interested in getting Gary's protocol bundle while it's on till the end of the day, I do have my phone with me. You can get in touch, and I can hook you up with a custom order. We can show you how to do that so that you get your 24% off, as well as the sale price. And then the other thing to just note is we have our premium starter kit bundles are on with really pretty glass diffusers until the end of the day. So that's these 10 oils, which are the ones I use every day. These are my everyday oils. I feel like every household needs that oil kit. And so when people are just starting with oils, if you've never used them before, I always say start here, because these oils are friendly beginner oils. They are ones that just generally help the body gradually get used to oil use in a very gentle way. Now you can jump right in with emotional oils if you want to, but honestly, I kind of like to do this progression. I love to do this kit, and then I love to look at hormones, because I often find hormones have a lot to do with emotions, so I like to try to get them balanced and then add the emotional ones on. But if you've been using oils for a while, or you've been using other natural supplements and things, then your body's probably in a pretty good place to just jump right into some emotional support. So you know your journey, but these kits come with all kinds of goodies, 11 of my top favorite oils, a pretty glass diffuser, and some extras. Okay, so
Awesome.
let us know if you want any help with that. And we will make sure our links are in our bios, and so you can find us and get an order if you want. Okay?
And thanks for sharing your time with us.
Yeah.
And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out.
Definitely.
This lady is a wealth of knowledge, and it's so cool when you can learn and layer your education about how you can help your body just work better. It's a pretty neat place to be. So,
Yay. Bodies. Our bodies are amazing. Okay, have a good day.
see you guys.
Happy Saturday.
Bye.